Good morning. Excuse me. Good morning, Knicks Nation. It is Sunday morning, the 27th of December, 2020. It's early. We're getting ready to leave. I'm getting ready to go to visit my family in Minnesota. So I'm going to be away for a few days, but I wanted to touch base on this last game that was played last night with the 76ers and the Knicks. Um, yeah, I'm disappointed. First of all, before we begin, let me more importantly, I hope you're all healthy. I hope you're all safe. If you're traveling, be careful. Take all the necessary precautions, and special blessings on those that work in the healthcare field that are risking their lives, even during this holiday season. With many, there's more accidents, there's more tragedies, there's more violence, domestic violence during this time than most times of the year, actually. And so those working in healthcare, those caring for sick and injured people, there were blessings upon them. So I'm disgusted. I think overall, there's some obvious things that I think everybody sees. Yes, the Knicks are shooting the ball very badly. Last night they shot 28% from 3 points, from 3-point land. They shot 39% overall. So they're not shooting the ball well. They're getting out rebounded. Last two games they were getting out rebounded. They're getting beat in the paint also. So you're getting beat in the paint, you're getting out rebounded, and you're not guarding the perimeter. And overall, that is the biggest issue I'm having. I am not at the point right now where I'm ready to start criticizing Tom Thibodeau's lineups. I don't like them, but I'm going to give that time, because we talk to see when we start getting emotional, we forget about the plan. And the plan was to let 10, 15, even 20 games go by before we start talking about what his lineups are. And so that's why I am not going to start criticizing, making projections based on what he's doing right now, because it's still early. And speaking of that, it is early, and we are already now experiencing injuries. As we talked about this before, but both Obi Toppin and Emmanuel quickly missed the game because of injury. And apparently, Obi's going to miss 7 to 10 days for this calf strain that he has. I'm disappointed because there was a lot more time to be prepared for the season. And I expect injuries, but not 2 games into the season. So I'm a little disappointed about that. Quickly we saw, it was a hip pointer. He got bumped, and, that happened as part of the game. But dagging stuff like calf injuries, I don't know. I don't know. But I'm expecting the coach to use more of his players, as we thought he was going to have to. Because of the style of play we figured he's going to employ, but he hasn't so far. So I don't know. We're just going to wait and see. But overall, my biggest problem that I'm having over the last 2 games is the lack of defense. They start off playing defense in the first quarters, and then it just trails off. And the perimeter defense is terrible. It's bad. And then even now, the interior defense is now getting broken down. And first, like I said, the first quarters start off very well. Second quarters, they're kind of battling, and then as the third quarter wears on, they wear down. The other team starts to get to them. Okay, that's what's happened against Indiana. Happened again against the 76ers. Now, the only thing that I can see that's glaring as a team is that they do seem to be tired in the third quarter. They seem to be tiring out, whereas the opponent is not. And either it's because the opponent is using more players, I don't know if they're in better shape, I don't know. But they're wearing down in the third quarter, and the opponent starts to take advantage of that. And it start breaking down. They start giving up 3-pointers. They start giving up interior shots. And that's all she wrote. That's what the last 2 games. Now tonight they're playing Milwaukee. So Giannis is not going to give him no break on the interior. And then you got to deal with Jrue Holiday. So I don't know what they're going to do. We're going to see what happens. But again, to lose by 20, they giving up 109 points tonight. Better than the 123 they gave up the other day, but they only scored 89. They got to play better defense, Joe. I mean, it's just as simple as that. I wasn't concerned, and neither did it appear to me that Tom Thibodeau was concerned offensively. Even during the preseason, even during all the press conferences, it didn't appear that he was concerned, and I wasn't either. And the reason I wasn't is because I expected a very high level of intensity on defense. Okay? Like they asked Frank Ntilikina a couple, before the season started about that, and he said, we intend on playing 48 minutes of tough defense. They have not done that. They have not done that. Okay? I know y'all concerned with the point guard situation. Yes, they're not getting a lot of production from Elfrid Payton. In fact, last night he had what Clyde Frazier would call a silent night. He was on a nut last night. He didn't score at all. He played 18 minutes and didn't score. So, yes, that is pretty much rock bottom of what you're going to get out of a point guard in the NBA. You have to be able to get something. Give me 3 points. They put Dennis Smith Jr. in there and he got 4 points. I mean, so I like, do something, but that is bad. I'm not going to front. That's pretty bad. So I don't know what they're going to do going forward there, but I expected the reason that he's starting Elfrid Payton is because of defense. I expected that. Now, the surprise guy for the last 2 games and in the preseason is Julius Randle. Julius Randle is balling. I mean, this cat is balling, man. Like, okay, in the first quarter, I'm watching him. He's in the open court. Okay, he's dribbling in the open court, and I'm saying right away, pass. So he threw the ball in the right corner to RJ, which was good. And then he cut and went into that corner and had a wide open 3 and drained it. And then then the next time down the floor, he recognized he was one-on-one with somebody. And again, it doesn't matter who Julius Randle is one-on-one with. When he's foul line in, he's going to score. So he's too strong. And that's exactly, he went and he was using his quickness. He went right by whoever it was and flushed it. And then on defense, he got the first foul of the game because he was, he's moving, he's trying, so, I don't have anything, bad to say about Julius Randle. To me, Julius Randle is playing the best ball of his career right now. He is. As far as his overall game, he's playing the best ball of his career. And it's all based on 2 improvements in 2 areas. I mean, he's shooting the ball a little bit better. Okay. But to me, the biggest improvement is his passing, in that he's looking to pass. And as Thibodeau said, he's looking to let the game dictate what happens instead of him forcing it, number 1. And number 2, he is actually putting in an honest day's work on the defensive end, which I've never seen him do. So he's putting an honest day's work in on the defensive end. He is trying. And he's got the athletic ability that if he continues to do that, he might become a good defensive player. Right now, but at least he's trying. He wasn't even trying last year. At least he's trying. So, right now, the MVP of the Knicks is Julius Randle. He is, and Alec Burke is a surprise. He's a journeyman, but he's playing very well. Okay. And, both of those guys are playing well. RJ struggled. I like the fact that RJ came the last game and he blew it up, but come on, you can't expect him to be going 9 for 9 or whatever it was every game, or 11 or 15. That's not sustainable. So he's still in his second year. So yesterday he had a horrible game offensively. He was like 1 of 14. He was like 1 of 14 to start the game. It was really bad. Let me look at it. He ended game 2 of 15, played 37 minutes, ended up with 10 points. It was a terrible game, but he was at least trying also on defense. He was at least trying. He had 6 rebounds, 4 assists, He was trying. He had 4 turnovers. It was just a bad game for RJ yesterday. Period. Just period. But not for lack of effort. He's trying his best. I like the way Kevin Knox played yesterday. I'd like to see him get more minutes. He got 29 minutes yesterday, so it's not like he's getting playing time. He's getting playing time. As I said, Peyton is struggling, and again, I hate the fact that he's struggling. It's hard to watch offensively, but to me, Peyton has been hard to watch offensively. It's not like this is new. I mean, when he was in New Orleans, he was hard to watch offensively. The triple doubles never impressed me, but I'm very concerned that he's not playing the top-notch defense that I expected him to play. The whole reason we overlook his offense is because he's supposed to be bringing it on the defensive end. But I have to be honest, it looks like from last year to this year, he has regressed defensively. I'm surprised at that. I'm hoping that as the season goes on and these guys get back in the flow, maybe he'll be better. But that's pretty bad. He's regressed defensively. Nerlens Noel, he's all right. I expect a little bit more explosiveness from him, a little bit more impact on the game from him defensively as well. And I wasn't getting that last night. I'm a little disappointed in his lack of impact on the defensive end. Yeah, but as a team, they have got to play better defense. And as I told you before, I know during the course as the season progresses, they will play better. I tell you, I'm still looking at 31 wins. I'm not tripping on that. I'm trying to tell you that it's going to take time. This is going to be a work in progress. And I'm not tripping on anything right now in the first 10 games. I'm just going to, let's let them get in the flow a little bit and see what happens and see what changes Coach Thibodeau makes as the season goes on. Manuel quickly has, in short order, become a very important piece. As we know, he's become a very important piece. So when he comes back, and I don't, in fact, Thibodeau ruled him out for tonight's game against the Bucks. I'm expecting him to maybe be back in one of the 2 games coming up. They have 2 games this week. They play Cleveland, and then they play Toronto. So that's not going to be any joke either. And Cleveland, we got a shot. And I'm not saying we're going to roll over them. Don't look at the preseason. This ain't preseason no more. But we got a chance to get our first win against Cleveland, I think. Toronto's going to be rough. But I'm hoping we get quickly back for Cleveland and Toronto. Because honestly, I ain't going to front. You put him in there, and he seems to be the engine, just, the key that starts the engine to the car. So, we get him in there, and hopefully we got a better shot at doing something. Which, okay. So that's that. But tonight against the Bucks, I'm just looking for them to put forth a better effort, a more than 24 or 12-minute effort on defense. I'm looking for them to put at least, let's do this way. Let's see if we can get 3 quarters of defense. That's all I'm saying. I mean, 48 minutes would be nice, but let's see if we can get 36 minutes of solid defensive play. Can we do that? That's what I'm looking for tonight. I'm not asking for a lot. I'm not even asking for the win. Can we get 36 minutes of solid defensive play? That's all I'm looking for today. Okay. So, quickly won't be in. I don't even know who he's going to start. At this point, I don't care. I just want to see them as a team play better defense. Okay. And I want to see him. Let's just start with that. Let's just see him play better defense. I'm going to keep it like that for now. Like I said, I ain't going to criticize the lineups yet. I'm going to wait. I'm going to hold my criticism until after we have played at least 10 games. I'm not going to trip on the first 2 games of the season. Okay. Especially this weird season that they're in right now. But, I'm looking for some better defense. Don't come in here with all this defensive reputation and all this talk all preseason and giving up 123 points and then 109 points. And, come on. We got to come up. We got to come correct on that side. So I'm looking for some better defense, from the New York Knicks, going forward. So at least better effort. Even if everybody fouls out, they just foul out. That's what I'm looking at. I don't care. Like last night, I know, our boy Mitchell Robinson He only had 3 personal. He was trying to avoid fouling out. And I hear that. And he needs to do that. And Mitchell Robinson actually played a pretty good game last night. He was all right. He only played 25 minutes. I mean, he did what he needed to do. But overall, the Knicks had 23 personal fouls overall. They had Alec Burke with 4. They had Julius Randle with 4. They had R.J. Barrett with 4. Mitchell Robinson with 3. Bullock with 4. I would, come on, get some more people in there. Let's get Noel. Noel only had 1 foul. Kevin Knox had 2. Dennis Smith had 4. But let's get, of course, they only play Frank 2 minutes. I don't know how anybody's supposed to do anything in 2 minutes of action. I don't understand that, but that's not, whatever. But somebody's got to come. Where's Theo Pinson? Let's get somebody play some defense. Put something in there, man. Come on, that's all I'm saying. Let's get some soul in the defense. That's all. That's what we're supposed to be building from. That's what I'm saying. Like I said, I'm not expecting us to be the Golden State Warriors offensively, but come on now. We got to come out with some better defense than that. So let's see. Like I said, tonight, I'm looking for 36 minutes. If they collapse in the fourth quarter, I'll accept it tonight. I want 36 minutes of defense. Let's see what we can do. Okay? All right. So I'll be in Minnesota, freezing my butt off with my grandchildren. We're gonna be out for this whole week. So I don't know when I'm going to be able to get back on. But if you don't see me, that's why. Other than that, please have a safe week. Shalom.